Did you know that 91% of people across 20 different countries say that language defines your identity? But here's the twist. What happens when your background doesn't quite fit into the culture you're around? See, here in America, our values and personal beliefs often revolve around the people we were brought up with, along with where we grew up. So since I grew up in the suburbs, around what some would call the right kind of people, it would be weird not to do the things I've always done or speak the way I've always spoken. Now I want you guys to imagine this. Imagine being labeled too proper for one group of people and then not enough for another group of people. We all know this struggle way too well. So today what we're going to be discussing is, can you identify with culture that isn't yours? And what are some steps that we can take to make sure that we kind of fit into this culture? That and more coming up next. YouTube, what it do, man? Welcome back to another episode of BMSL. I am your host, Ghost, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys. This is the second video of 2025, and I know some people is just getting back into the swing of things from the holidays, but that's okay because we don't miss. We plan everything out, and even if we're getting surgery like I did on my teeth, we're still going to be here and provide you guys great content. Now, I saw that we are 1/4 of the way to monetization, so shout out to you guys. Let's give you guys a round of applause. Give myself a round of applause. It's great. It's great. The one thing that I want to talk to you guys about. 99% of you guys that watch the channel are not subscribed. My only hope and my only prayer, my only thing that I want from you guys, because it's my only support system, is for you to smash that subscribe button. Just one time, not multiple, because then you'll unsubscribe. We don't want that. Okay, but just one time, everything will be gravy. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. It's common sense when you go to a different country to learn the language and conform to the culture. Now, according to the research study, the Pew Research study that I referenced at the beginning of the video, 91% of people across 20 different countries say that language defines your identity, whereas 81% of people say that customs and beliefs define your identity as well. Now, these are metrics, very simple metrics to abide by and to kind of reference when you're going overseas or wanting to get involved into a different culture. Now, that being said, the people that come to America and that conform to America, like the Chinese and the Japanese, do an excellent job. You have names like Sun Jin Woo and Naruto Uzumaki changed to something very simple like Will and James. Shout out to Solo Leveling and Naruto for my anime guys out there. You know, but it's very, very simple. But the more I sit back and people watch, the more I actually do YouTube and I'm looking at these videos, I'm realizing that common sense is not so common. So, quick example. If I'm going to Brazil, and I'm saying, yes, I'm going to be living in Brazil right now, I'm moving from America, everything's all set up, I'm happy, whatever the case may be, but I refuse to learn the language, that's going to put me in a very difficult position. Why? Because in Brazil, they don't have a need to speak English. They're a completely independent country. It's going to be hard pressed for you to find somebody who speaks English and that can actually take you around the country and show you and make sure that you're safe. So if I were to stay there and not speak Portuguese, I'm opening myself up to a potential trip to the Undertaker or a potential date rape drug or something like that. Because I'm obviously going to be speaking English. What are most people going to say? Especially in the favelas. Oh, he's a gringo. He's American. Let me take him for his money. And they wouldn't be wrong for it. Now, here in America, there's a bunch of different cultures everywhere, and a bunch of subcultures is absolutely nauseating. Let's take what people call the Black community. There's a bunch of just different Black people and subcultures in the Black community, as well as just in America as a whole. Now, the basics of this are lower class, middle class, suburbanites, and then the wealthy class, right? Now, for me, I come from the suburban middle class area, which basically means the working class people don't identify with me and the wealthy class people don't identify with me. When you're going out and you're in school and high school and college and stuff like that, people who are suburbanites in nature, they probably will have a hard time accepting you're from the suburbs just because you don't look like them. versus the people who look like you, they think you're too whitewashed. So what are you supposed to do? You're kind of like in a catch-22, meaning that you're not accepted by anybody at all, right? And if I was going to fit into the Black culture, if I was going to thrive in the Black culture, I would have to do some extra shit in order to be accepted, which no one in their right mind is willing to do. If I was going to fit in the suburban culture with people that I have no idea, what their background is and what their belief system is, I would have to probably do an exorbitantly large amount of things in order to get recognized and accepted by the group. And now that I'm not okay with, so what do? Should I conform and get accepted by my people, which I know later on down the line, they're probably not going to accept me? Or should I just go and handle some stuff for my people that I'm usually around? Which one is it? And I can't really decide. Are they really going to accept me or are they not going to accept me? Now, I'm speaking from experience. I know the answer to that. But what about you? It puts us in a particular position to where we have to choose, unfortunately. Now, if you're anything like me, you're going to say, fuck that. You're going to go with who accepts you. You're going to go with where you're celebrated and not tolerated. And this is in life. This is just life in general. Okay? But if you do that, if you go, you're celebrated, gentlemen, understand that it's going to come with some sacrifices. You're not going to just be the same person you are here in America and expect to go over to Germany or Italy or, Switzerland. You're going to change who you are to fit those customs around you, right? And for me, I identify a lot with Latino culture or suburban culture and stuff like that. I'm not the same person as I once was when I first came in. I've accepted their ideas and their belief systems inherently, and it's a lifestyle. It's just not something that you do for 8 hours a day, then you go home and you do something different. It's a lifestyle that you have to change into in order to be successful. So if I was to answer that question, can you identify with the culture that's not yours? Absolutely, yes. Here in America, it's going to be extremely difficult because of the expectations and because of the many subcultures that we have here in America. Then also the country was built on race, so then that puts you in an even bigger dilemma because you're not the right race or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm not one to be hung up on race. I don't give a rat's ass about any of that stuff. But I will make some sacrifices in order to be accepted into a different culture. Hence the reason why I speak Spanish. Si habla español. Hence the reason why I tried to learn French. Parlez-vous français? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? German. Things like that, because I understand innately what it's going to take in order to be accepted into a different culture. So yes, you can be accepted to a different culture. It's going to be a lot easier if you go outside American culture and the subcultures that are here. But are you willing to make the sacrifices? I hope my point has become crystal clear. If I missed something, guys, please let me know. But I'll be interested into hearing your thoughts on the matter. Have you guys experienced being shunned or not being accepted by the people who look like you? Or have you guys actually went and done something different with a different culture that you feel a lot more comfortable with? Let me know down in the comment section below and let's have a conversation, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. I love being here with you guys. And I will see you guys probably this weekend with a great story time. Okay. And then next week again, per usual, we're right on the right track. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys next time. Peace.